is Sammy Ghoston. I was born in Memphis, Tennessee. I'm 46 years old. I actually started using drugs at the age of 15, using marijuana, drinking, things of that nature. And that's when all of it began. That's when all my problems started coming toward me. One drug led to another. I began to use pop pills, things of that nature. And I became an addict at that time. I didn't finish high school. I made it to the 12th grade, and 4 months before graduation, I got in more trouble. I got incarcerated again, and they sent me to the penal form. I ended up doing 6 months, so I didn't graduate. I got out of the penal form, I started to work. I got out and started working, and I got married. And I had one child, then a no. After that, I started using drugs again. That's when crack cocaine come out, whatever. I began to use crack cocaine, and my problem got worse and worse and worse. So I got sick, and I started taking medication, things of that nature. At that time, my diagnosis was schizophrenic and depression, And so, in 1994, I caught an aggravated assault charge against my wife and brother, well, basically against my wife. I kind of snapped, had a nerve breakdown and whatever, and that's how I got into the jailbird thing. That's when I became incarcerated, bro. To have a mental illness and be in jail, it's pretty rough. Pretty rough because you get incarcerated with all different other types of people, and sometimes you don't always get your medication. And then I still had a lot of unsolved issues I had, which we all have issues, but I had a bunch of issues, going through a divorce. My mother had died, passed away. I was still grieving on the inside, being incarcerated, wasn't able to go to her funeral or anything, the judge wouldn't allow me to go, and I had a lot of unforgiveness in my heart toward the judge, and I was court ordered to go to a mandatory outpatient and all that. I refused to go. They would lock me up again, and then I would be on the run from the police. They put me in the Memphis Most Wanted, things of that nature, for not complying to the court order. And so I continued to get arrested for the same thing over and over and over. I wanted to do things my way. And I found out that doing things my way by getting high and using, it wasn't the right way. And so one day, Mr. Stephen Bush, he come in. I was locked up in the hole. He come to visit me as attorney visit, and he says, he throws his folder down, and he's, darn it, why is you keep coming in here? You have no reason being in here. You don't never do anything. I never did go out and commit crimes or robbing or stealing or burglarizing anyone. I always worked for mine, kept my habit, kept my fix for me. So I finally took heed. This man crazy. What did he care? But apparently he did care. I started applying to the court order by going to outpatient treatment and things of that nature. My public defender, he working through Jericho and with the court system made sure that I got my medication, that I was able to get to the clinic, to meet my needs, by having a place to stay. When you get out of jail, give you an opportunity to kind of be stable enough. And once you're stable, you can do the thing. You can start planning things, setting short-term goals for yourself and things of that nature. So I began to go to church, things of that nature, and seek some help. I said rehab wouldn't work, so I started praying and going to church, things of that nature. And that's when my recovery started. when I started seeking God and letting God do what he can do for me that I couldn't do. And that's when I began to become clean and sober. And so some more problem came across, and I kind of stumbled a little bit, relapsed. All right, so after that, I go back to court. They still didn't lock me up, but they put me in this place called Foundation and things of that nature. I went there for a while. The public defender office helped me get out of jail, you know, and send me to places. It helped me to better my life. I got cut loose from the judge. Yeah, this year. I wasn't expecting it or anything, you know. I had been under court order since 1994, you know. That's a long time, you know, and this year I got cut loose from being under a court order to do anything, you know. And that was a big burden lift up off of me right there, you know. I don't have to do this no more. I don't have to do that no more. I can be free. I can go to work. I can do this. I can maybe even go back to school or, you know, I can go do some volunteer work. I can do whatever I want to do now, you know. It's like I've been reborn, you know what I mean? I'm my old self again as I was when I was 12 or 13, you know, coming up. You know, I enjoy life now. You know, I can laugh, I can talk, you know, I can keep a few dollars in my pocket, you know, I have a bank account now, you know, things of that nature, you know. I didn't do crack cocaine every day, but when I did it, I did it. And I didn't drink every day, but when I did it, I did it, you know. So, you know, to be just 10 months clean and sober, man, I feel great. You know, I just feel great, you know. I feel great all over, you know. These 10 months been the best months of my life.